Tristan in some codfish with tomato and bake. Let's make some fry bake or some bake in the oven. Come on in. Let's get started. I have some salted pollock fillet, and you see it's wild caught, and it's also boneless and skinless. It's very salty, so we're just going to open the water in it and just wash all the heavy salt. Let's just fill up some cold water here from the pipe, and we're going to put this in to soak overnight. In here, it have been half an hour, and as you can see, it get a lot soft, so I decided to break it up in pieces, and I already changed the water twice. So now this is going to sit here for overnight. So now let's put that dough together. Here I have my 2 cups of flour and 1.5 teaspoonful of instant yeast. We're going to be making that fry roti or Johnny bake, fry bake, whatever name you know it as. I want to add 2 tablespoonfuls of powdered milk and just a hint of salt, not too much. Now we're going to put it away from the yeast because you know that's 2 enemies in there. And a tablespoonful of sugar. That's about it. So this could be called Johnny Bake or Jenny Bake. You could make it plain, or you could make it seasoned with dry herbs in there. Oregano, shadow benny, and those stuff, just to name a few. Or you can use coconut. Make a nice coconut one. So today I'm going to be frying one, and I'm going to be baking one. So for my foodies out there who don't like too much oil, I get all that complaint, no problem. I'm going to show you how to make a Peter pocket or a Jenny's pocket. So warm water, and let's bring this dough together. So this looks marvelous. It came together very beautiful. So now I want to grease this bowl, put enough some oil in here, and I want this to sit in here for a good 1 hour. Our dough is resting. Here is that codfish. I want to give it a good fry. So you can just break them up a little bit and just give it a nice little fry to whatever size you like. So you're just gonna, while it's at frying, it will break up. Here I have some tomato, parsley, and some scallion. I'm going to be using the small onions, and I have 1 hot habanero. So let me bring this up to a nice crispy fry. So let's take a look now. Lovely crispy fry here in that oil. You're going to use a generous amount of oil. And you know here at Jenny's Walk, I do things differently. I like my codfish to be crispy. So now in goes the onions. I'm going to fry this up for another 5 minutes. Here we go. This looks beautiful, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. Now in that same pot, peppers, that's in some ginger garlic paste. Let's cook this up for 1 minute. Just give it a good cook. Let all that garlic infuse in there. And that pepper just releases the flavor in there. Our tomato, our parsley, and our scallion. Give that a good mix. And let's cook this until the tomato melts away. Goes some salt, and we're going to taste as we go along. And you all know I love my oregano. In goes a little of that, and let this cook down nicely. So let's take a look now. That looks marvelous. Now I want to add some chili peppers. You know, that's just me. I love my chili flakes. In goes that. Give this a good mix around, and you see there's a little gravy in there. That's fine. Now I want to add back my crispy fried onions and my codfish. And as I always mention to you, Jenny's Walk, I do things a little different. When you're eating this, you get a nice little crispy crunch here from your codfish, and you don't get that little freshness out of it. So a little squeeze of lemon juice. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Now this is all done now. So now let's take a look at our dough. This looks beautiful. So what I want to do now is empty our dough right in there. There you go. Put that dough in. So what I want to do is, as I mentioned, I want to do 2 bake. Deflate your dough. I want to make 2 in the oven, and I want to make 2 fry. So we're going to cut this now in 4. Tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in, roll it, give it a nice smooth finish in the top, and everything is all tucked inside. Simple and easy, do it. Lovely recipe from Jenny's Walk. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, family. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for lots of flavors coming out of Jenny's Walk. Now foodies, for the bake for the oven, you just want to roll it out. Have some seasonings stuck in this. You could use your fingers. You don't have to use a rolling pin. Just use your fingers and open it out really nicely. There you go. You don't want it too thin. Just like so. And I have my parchment paper here already in my baking sheet. So you have your parchment paper there in a nice big baking sheet. We're going to rest our bake. I have been sitting there, very beautiful. We got a nice fry. So into the oven now at 350. Now let's fry our bake. In goes that bacon there. So there we go. We got a lovely puff. Try to get some oil on the top of it. It's a little method you could try. And now we want to give it a little flip. There you go. Keep the heat on low. So now let's take a look. Okay, so this looks about good. That second bake. Now we could give this a little turn and see what's going on. We don't have to make it so brown. Oh, this is a much nicer color here. So there you go, foodies. Hot out the oven. Lovely color. So let's cool down now and let's do a lovely plating. Foodies, let's take a look at our codfish here. That lovely codfish that we made. We did not give it a boil. I soak it very well and then we give it a fry. Make it up with some tomato and onion and all of that. So I didn't taste it, but I want to give it a taste now. Let me try some of this. Very nice, but it needs some more salt. I think I over soak it. So let me add a little salt to it. And I will give it a little mix. So here, foodies, is that bake now. Let's take a look. This is the bake that you will bake in the oven. Let me give that a good little cut. A Jenny bake is still very hot. Oh boy, yes it is hot from that oven. So for my foodies who don't like the fried stuff, you could do yours in the oven. Look at that. Really beautiful, soft and nice. And now let's look at this one that we fried. Let me cut this open. This feels so soft. You know, I like the texture more in a fry bake. Let's give it a cut all around. Lovely dish here from Jenny's Wok. Codfish and tomato with some Johnny bake or Jenny bake or fry bake. Wow, look at this. I think I like this one more. Very cloudy, pillow soft. Look at that. Divine. Wow, great taste too. So foodies, it's that time that I have been waiting all this time for. Time for me to eat. So let me just mix that little salt in there. So taste it. Don't forget, you could boil your codfish out or you could soak it out the way I soak it out. And you know, I do things differently. Give it a nice crispy fry. And then you're going to add that together. Marry it with the tomato, more onions, lots and lots of onions. Hot peppers if you like. And I garnish with some red crunchy onions. So now what we're going to do, we would love to put this together now. Yes, foodies. So let's load this up very well. There you go. Delightful. Look at that. Look at that. Really soft and nice. Fill it up. And now I want to give this a good bite. Wow. I love it. I still think it needs a little more salt. I think I over soaked the salt out. But it's very crunchy there I'm getting from the onions. And that codfish is not very, you know, like when you just cook it up there, how it gets soft. You get that nice little firmness in your codfish by cooking it and then adding it back to your tomato. So you could give that a try. I love that texture that I'm getting there in that. And this is divine. My dear foodies, this could be lunch, brunch, dinner, or even an even snack. You could dress this up with lettuce, tomato, all those wonderful stuff, pineapples and all of that, and make it into a great sandwich here. Lovely idea here from Jenny's Wok. Here you have the oven one, the baked ones who do not want the oil. Not a problem. Go ahead. Lovely. Look at that softness. Really soft and bouncing right back up. Pillow softness to enjoy with your bake. Lovely flavors coming out of Jenny's Wok. So don't forget to like and share this lovely vids with your friends and family. Subscribe to my YouTube channels and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Marvelous dish here. Thank you for joining me from my kitchen to your kitchen. Happy cooking.